Hi, how are you? My name is Saul. I'm a mortgage broker. I'm based in Sydney, but I can serve anyone anywhere in Australia. Today, I'm going to talk about, hidden costs that first home buyer don't notice, okay? This is not a financial advice, okay? Um, there are costs that not even to do with the home loan, but I help you. I'm a broker, but I help you everything I can uh buying your dream home, so I'm letting you know every cost possible, okay? Because you first home buyer, a lot of things you might not know. When I was a first home buyer, when I was 26, so 23 years ago, I didn't know all that, so I underestimate the cost, and my cost was over 7,000 more than my budget. Luckily, I was only 26. My dad helped me, but then not every one of us, not all of us got family here, relatives or friends who could help, okay? So the more you can predict, the better, okay? Because in life, a lot of things are already unpredictable, isn't it? So, okay. I start with costs in summary, what they are, the total, then I break it down, okay? In summary, there will be buying costs about 3,000 buffer, and if you don't have 20% deposit and you're not getting government benefit and you're not a doctor, then you'll be paying what's called lender mortgage insurance. You'll be paying insurance for that insurance for the bank because you don't have 20%, so you risky, okay? So that is around 3 to 5% of the property value, okay? That's how much it costs. Also stamp duty, okay? Stamp duty for the first home buyer, up to certain limit there's a concession or no stamp duty. But in South Australia, you pay stamp duty whether you are first home buyer or not. Other states, you pay no stamp duty up to a certain amount, and then you get concession if you go over that limit up to certain limit. So stamp duty is part of the government benefit. So basically, government is like, if you are not, like, if you are not if the government don't think you have a lot of money, then they help you, right? If they think you have a lot of money, they tax you, right? So that's how stamp duty calculated. Because one customer asked me, he's young, and he said, how do they calculate the stamp duty? I don't understand. That's how they calculate it. If they think you can afford it, they don't pay you. They only pay you if they think you can't afford it. So if you can buy high value, that means they think you can afford it, so you pay, okay? Stamp duty is about 4 to 4.5% of the property value, okay? So these are the big costs, okay? Then I'm going to explain what's in there for the first part, at least 3,000, okay? So 3,000 costs include, you don't pay me, but you pay everybody else, okay? So 3,000 include the lawyer costs, pest inspection, building inspection, government costs, bank lawyer costs. So altogether 2 to 3,000. We always put buffer 3,000, okay? And then now interest rates are going up, and then everybody's sensitive for rate, okay? So we give you rate when you get approval, but the rate that you get is the rate that market has on the day of settlement. So that's usually 2 months away minimum. Okay, so if you don't want the rate to move, then you pay the bank rate lock fee. That's from that cost is from 300 to around 700. Okay, also there's other costs like insurance. Okay, most banks want you to have insurance because they holding your property to lend you money. So if there's flood, fire, your property has no value, then they don't want to hold something with no value. That's why they want you to have insurance. Insurance is about 70 to 100 per month on average. Okay, and when you move, there's a removal cost like minimum 1,000. And first home, you're gonna need appliances, furniture, etc. That's another cost. Okay, and also when you buy a property, check with the agent how much is the water, how much is the council rate, how much is the strata if there's a strata. Okay, because that's where it could cost 6,000, 7,000, the most hidden cost. Okay, so yeah, when you find the property, ask the agent how much they are, so you know whether you can afford them, especially strata. Okay, because that's an ongoing cost. You pay like every 3 months. Okay, but then there may be some cost of that when you settle the property, because you pay them every 3 months, I think usually upfront. So if the seller already pay for you and your settlement is within the 3 months, then you have to pay back the seller for the time that you own the property, because there's always timing different, and that you also pay as settlement. That could be a few thousand. So how much that is, the lawyer will tell you. Okay, that's also could be the cost. Okay, that's about it. Okay, so as a first home buyer, you also have to save up deposit. You also need a job, and you should have minimum liability, minimum credit card, minimum car loan, minimum personal loan. If you don't have them, even better, because your borrowing power gonna be reduced by 7 times the limit, even if you don't use them. So this cost is one of the things that you should prepare, because it's not like $100, $1,000. It could be a few 10,000. Okay, even the cost. Okay, so yeah, so some costs like land and mortgage insurance, bank might lend you, but then nobody lend you 100%. You still need deposit. Okay, so we can do with 6% deposit, including land and mortgage insurance. Okay, for the first home buyer. Okay, 5% if you are citizen, you eligible for government benefit. Okay, I hope this video helped you. If it helped you, it'll help your friend, family, and brothers and sisters. So I ask you to please like and share it. May you have a good night, good day tomorrow. May you be healthy, wealthy, and wise. Thank you very much.